Hello everyone, I'm here to share with you guys an upcycle project I created using a free drawer I found in an alley marked free stuff. So I chose the dresser drawer that had two handles because I wanted to repurpose this for a table to use in my living room, and it can hide the basket that's holding some of our blankets. So let me take you on a journey on how I created this table. I started my trip off at Menards and I picked up two furring strips that were 1 by 2 by 8. They were 81 cents a piece, and I had them cut them to 4 pieces at 28 inches. That's the height of the table that I wanted to achieve. When I got back home, I started to take the blocks and run my sandpaper over the top of them just to get rid of the rough edges and all of the little extra wood pieces that didn't get completely cut off during the Menards excursion. So really simple and easy to do. It helps to prevent from getting splinters, and it makes it just a fresh, clean, crisp look. So I went over the blocks I went over the wood with all the sanding and made sure I got all the nooks and crannies. I then got my stain, and I love this stain by Poly Shades, I believe, and it's espresso in color, and I've used it for my rolling cart and my storage tray, all of it. It's a really rich, dark color, and I absolutely love it. So all I'm doing is going over the furring strips with my foam brush, and I'm gonna try to achieve 3 sides. While they dry, on the blank side I'll flip them over and do that last piece by itself. So once you're all done, this is what your stain should look like, and it will dry after you wipe off the excess. It'll dry for 24 hours, and it will be a perfect espresso finish. So while that's drying, I decided to go ahead and start the drawer component so that can at least get some drying time while the sun was still out. So this is how the drawer came right when I picked it up out of the alley. Very good structure and bones, so I thought it would be perfect for this repurposed project. I started by taking off the handles. They were in reusable condition, so I definitely wanted to repurpose those, and I'm using a knife because I did not bring my drill outside. This is the hardware that was on the dresser, very good condition, and I'm just going to spray paint that, but I wanted to show you guys what it looked like before. And I'm gonna flip this over and start doing a little bit of work on the drawer itself. I'm going to remove that hinge or whatever that is that's at the bottom of the drawer that was attached to the dresser at one point in time. Very easy to come off. And then I'm going to try to clean up that little divot back there, and later I will sand that. And I'm also going to clean up some of that, what is that, glue, dried glue that's on the base of the drawer, because I wanted it to look just a little bit cleaner than what it did. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and let you guys check it out. now that I'm done picking out the excess glue off the back of that dresser drawer, I'm going to go ahead and spray this with some Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 paint. And I'm going to give this 2 coats eventually. So I'm going to let this first coat dry, flip up the handles and to the opposite side, and do 1 more coat. So it ends up looking very rich and really pretty. So it took the spray paint very well. So I'm gonna let that dry and I'm gonna start on something else. All right, now we're back at this drawer. So I wanted to kind of get the spray painting and the staining projects out of the way while I work on some other stuff, so that can be drying while I'm doing another task. So all I'm doing is trying to get off as much of this brown paint or this top layer off this drawer as possible, so that the gray paint that I'm going to put over it will take as best as it can. I didn't want to sand it all the way down in its entirety. Sorry, my head is in the way, but basically I'm taking off that lacquer finish that's on the drawer and the edges, and then I rough over the edges of the perimeter of the drawer as well. Really easy, simple. This did not take long at all. Then I give it a quick wipe over with some of the Lysol wipes, make sure it's dry. And then I start to paint the drawer. And when you're doing spray painting, it's always good to be in a well ventilated area. And if you have a mask, put that on as well, so you won't inhale any of the fumes. So I love this paint, and you can see it's just basically done. I mean, I could leave it there with 1 coat, but I really wanted a rich gray, so I wanted to do a couple layers. But I love the primer and paint in one. It does a fantastic job with just the first layer. So I take the can and just go all the way around the edges. I get all of the good parts that I know will show first, and I just briefly go over the back and the top with the 1 coat, but I pretty much start to take care of all of the edges and the wood pieces of the drawer, and you'll see the deep dark finish. There it is. After 2 coats of paint, it is super rich, super gray, and I love it. And this is how the handles turned out. Very white and crisp, and I love how they look. And all I'm going to do is use the same screws that came with them and re-screw them back into the drawer. Alright, this one was a little tricky. I was going to screw these in, but it was not working well. It wasn't playing nice. So what I decided to do was add some Gorilla Glue, which I was going to do anyway at the base, but I decided to add it flush against the dresser in all 4 corners and let that sit for like 45 minutes so that it will stay. So then I flipped it over. Once it was all sturdy, I flipped it over and finished each of the peg legs and attached them with some finishing nails, and that worked perfectly. So this is what we have left from our project, and I love how it turned out. It's absolutely fabulous, and the project cost me less than $2. So I used all of the items I had at home. You guys can see some of my other projects that use all of the items that I used here. So turned out really, really well. So check your Craigslist or your free space stores and see if you can repurpose a drawer of your own. I really have some ideas with using the dresser drawers. I'm going to make some side tables possibly, and maybe flip them up the other way next time. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below, and let me know if you will try this at home. Tag me on Instagram or Facebook. I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh, one small side note, I will add a picture to that picture frame, and I also will add one clear coat of polyurethane to finish this project. It was raining today, so I have to wait and do that another day. But for now, this is where we are. All right, seriously, I'm done.